So the other day, I was sitting with a student and he said something to me and it stuck with me. He goes, "Sir, I just want to study abroad. Course koi bhi chalega, any course will do." And honestly, that's how most students get trapped. Not because they're not smart, but because there is too much noise. Too many promises, too many people telling them what is the right thing to do. So let me say this clearly. Not all degrees are equal. Some are genuinely useless and most students don't realize it until it's too late. Hi everyone, I'm Piyush Bhartiya, your study abroad coach, and today I'm breaking down 10 courses that you need to be careful about. I'm telling you all of this from real life experience of all these students who I've met, interviewed and interacted with over the last 2 years. Understanding what actually happened in their careers, what worked and what went wrong. Because a course isn't just a degree, it is a direction for your life. And if you are running fast in a wrong direction, the speed is your biggest enemy. Number 1, a generic MBA with no work experience. A lot of 21-year-olds think that a 1-year MBA from UK is their golden ticket to a better future. It's fast, fancy and international. But without real work experience, it just becomes an expensive way to stay confused. Without experience, you don't have a specialization, a story, or clarity for employers. It's like putting a Ferrari engine on a bicycle. And MBA roles accept prior experience. And that's why ROI drops sharply. And please, don't just go to random low-ranked, cheap degree mill colleges just to get an MBA tag. Because before you'll speak to the employer, they would have already rejected you because you are from one of those degree mills. I made a detailed video on these degree mills and you will find the link in the description if you want to know more about them. The second one is the Masters in Management that leads everybody to the same dead-end tunnel. Management degrees are good, but an MIM is oversaturated for now. Known as the MBA for freshers, most students end up in the same generic roles they could have gotten without paying 20 to 40 lakhs for their education. Now, if your goal is practically just to enter the country and then pivot to something, fine. But don't expect a high-paying job because you have done an MIM, because it doesn't work like that. Number 3 is hospitality and tourism. Sitting in India, hospitality looks glamorous. Hotels, airlines, travel and fancy destinations. But in saturated markets like UK, Canada or Ireland, it becomes a struggle. Locals get preference, AI is replacing repetitive tasks, and international students end up with salaries that barely cover rent, physically exhausting shifts, minimum wage jobs with no progression. The industry isn't the problem. The choice of the country is. Number 4 comes media, film and journalism. Media degrees are often chosen by heart, but the job market abroad runs on local language, networks, tight budgets and fierce competition. And the roles that sound exciting, production, film, content, are the hardest for international students to break into. If you are considering traditional journalism, my honest opinion, don't. The industry is shrinking and the independent creators are taking it over. A journalism degree alone will not guarantee you stability or guarantee of a job. Unless you get into a top university because it gives you access to top alumni, it's going to be tough. On number 5 is psychology. Psychology is meaningful, but abroad, meaning doesn't get you a license. Most students don't realize bachelor's isn't enough. Master's isn't enough. You need licensing and supervised practice for good pay, and most countries prefer a PhD. Without this pathway, the jobs are limited and salaries are minimal. And also, please don't go abroad to study general psychology. If you want to build a real career in psychology, pick some of these niches: organizational psychology, HR analytics, applied behavioral science. These fields give you a practical mix of psychology and business, which makes you more employable. Also, psychology relies on strong communication skills, so pick according to your language levels. Number 6 is political science and international relations. A lot of Indian students pick masters in public policy because counselors say the admission is easy to get. The competition is low and the life after that is easy. The reality abroad is low pay, lower acceptance amongst employers, visa limitations, limited professional opportunity. These degrees sound global, but the actual opportunity is very limited. Your opportunity narrows down to government policy roles, public sector jobs, and academia. And in today's world where the governments are controlling immigration, think about them giving jobs to you. So if your dream is to work in public policy, there is no better country than your own home country. On number 7 is fashion designing. Fashion designing looks glamorous, has a lot of opportunities possibly with the D2C explosion. But if you are not having the great skills behind fashion designing, going for a degree like this will actually not make you employable in any field. So be careful, do not pick this degree just because it looks fancy, unless you are highly motivated and have prior skills. On number 8 is a very crazy one, the generic CS and IT degrees, especially the degrees which will accept people from any background. In this, why I mention it is because if your degree is accepting students from any and every background, that means what they are teaching is very generic. And that means they are not helping you build specialization or depth in your skill, which basically means it is a conversion program for anybody to enter computer science. In this, it will give you a degree to become eligible, but all the skills you will need to acquire on your own that will make you employable. So unless you are willing to work very hard, don't pick this degree. On number 9 comes healthcare diplomas. And this is one of the biggest traps for international students because these diplomas are marketed aggressively for personal support worker, caregiving options, and community care. They sound stable, but students often end up with physically demanding shifts, low-paying survival jobs, no real career ladder, and extreme burnout. Healthcare is amazing if you choose the right programs like nursing, public health, or healthcare administration. Anything that builds a long-term career and not just a short-term survival job. And on number 10 is the easy entry degrees. And this one, guys, is my favorite because this one, all the agents in the market will throw and thrust it down your throat. General business degrees, international business management, and some of them will have the name like advanced project management. Because of fancy names and management, they are easy to sell and they accept everybody. But these students end up competing for the low-ranked jobs, and because of such high number of students, you get paid very little. At the same time, the competition is very, very fierce. So make informed choices, not rushed ones. And if you want more real-life insights, then follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel because you will find information from a lot of students who I've interviewed from UK to Dubai to US to other parts of the world, and you can stay on top of the reality of studying abroad. So until then, guys, dream responsibly, and I will see you all in the next video.